My name's Nate Jones, and I'm an assistant professor here at the University of Alabama in the biology department. So Michael McCain is he's one of the CONSERVE leadership members, and he snagged me one day after a faculty meeting. He's like, "Hey, this is a really cool group of people doing exciting work that you might be interested in." And from there, we started talking about river cane and all the fun stuff they're doing in that project. And I guess from there, we kind of got hooked and went forward. We're still forming as a group and developing our shared model of what we're going to be. But I'm really excited about working with folks from across the social and environmental sciences and in engineering to work on some of the more pressing challenges that we have going forward. My program broadly focuses on improving the physical, chemical, and biological functions of our water resources. And we do that both by working with folks across engineering, environmental science, and social science, which fits right in with CONSERVE's mission. And then we also do, we work across both the applied and basic research units as well. And so where we fit into CONSERVE as a group of hydrologists is that our work, we work with biologists quite a bit, thinking about how hydrologic regimes, so the variability you see in river flow, how that impacts ecosystems. And so one of the first ways that I'm excited about working with folks is thinking about how does hydrologic regimes impact river cane. Also thinking about locally here in the Southeast, thinking about how hydrologic regimes impacts bottomland hardwood forests, which are these incredibly hot spots of biodiversity. And so I think those are kind of from that biodiversity standpoint, I think that's where my lab's role stands. And from the nature-based solutions standpoint, I grew up, my research career started out as an ecological engineer, and nature-based solutions and ecological engineering have a lot in common. And so, I think my group's doing a lot on the coast right now with wetland restoration, and I hope to bring that to CONSERVE with us. Thinking about how we can improve restoration projects so we bring both benefit to nature and society. We can think about community from multiple angles. We can think about communities from communities in ecology, but we can also think about communities as people as well. And I think that's one of the great things about working across the social and environmental sciences is we can think about how to bring those two groups together. CONSERVE, there's a lot of focus on the social sciences side of our work and doing actionable projects that actually impact society. And I think that's why we CONSERVE starts with the C and leads with the community aspect. As a group, we're still forming and developing that conceptual model about how we're going to, face these grand challenges surrounding water. I think we just talked about, you just asked me about why we focus on community and CONSERVE, and I think that's one thing that makes this group different is there is this drive to do actionable research that is looking at problems that our communities are having, and I think that's since we're working within the larger AWI framework, being able to think about that from local to regional to global scales, I think is something that this group is gonna really strive to do. Having community-oriented research is incredibly important. I think most of our research teams, we rely on federal tax dollars and to run our research programs and to ask the questions that we think are important. But because we're relying on federal tax dollars, there is this social contract that what we're doing does impact society. And so if we put community at the front and we ask questions that improve society, I think that really does that satisfies that, or at least starts to begin to help that social contract. I'm certainly not a social scientist, which is one of the reasons that CONSERVE is so awesome, because we will be working together across engineering and social sciences. But we're in a state where there are a lot of underserved communities here in Alabama. If you go south of us to the Black Belt region, folks don't have access to clean water. And so with this community focus that our team is going to have, I think we will start to be able to address these and use these tools that we have as researchers to begin to help communities achieve the goals that they want. And one of the biggest of those is clean water. I mean, here in the U.S., it is pretty baffling that we still have community members that don't have access to clean water. And I think it's not only something that we're excited about in CONSERVE, but it's also something that personally I feel a responsibility to address being a researcher in this state. I'm looking forward to seeing, we're a new research team, and everyone's excited, and there's a lot of momentum, and I'm looking forward to seeing the directions we take, because right now there's projects focused on river cane, and projects focused on indigenous knowledge, and there's a lot of new folks joining the team like myself, and I think as these ideas start to coalesce into a unified mission, I'm excited to see what that looks like and where we take it. I am CONSERVE.